Hello YouTube, Nathaniel Stacy 1 here. I know you can't see me to verify that for yourself, but you'll just have to take my word for it. It is me. Thanks for coming back and watching another video. In this one I want to talk about two seemingly disparate subjects. One is morality, and the other is the television show The Walking Dead. I'm actually a fan of that show. It's one of the few shows I watch, and I don't actually watch it on television, I watch it on Netflix. So if you have been watching The Walking Dead on AMC, please do not give me any details about the most recent season, because I have not seen it yet. I won't see it until probably September or October. Anyway, first I wanted to talk about, and these two subjects, morality and The Walking Dead, are actually tied together in this video. But at first, I just wanted to talk a little bit about morality itself. I think most of us in the secular community have at least some issues with the idea of morality being entirely subjective. We are still moral people. I agree with the statement many atheists, agnostics, whatever, secularists have made that non-believers tend to be some of the most moral people you encounter. And we can agree that morality is a good thing. We would much rather live in a moral society than an amoral society, or certainly an immoral society. But it's not actually possible to agree precisely on what is moral, or even what morality itself is. It's a bit of a paradox. And especially for those of us who were raised in a religious environment, in which we're taught that there is an objective morality that can be achieved, it's particularly difficult to come back to the realization there's not. And for those, I know I'll have objections from people who say, no, there are some things that we can all agree, people across cultures, across nations, across time, across religions agree are wrong, like murder. Murder is wrong, and because murder is wrong, that is objectively wrong. Well, that reasoning has several problems, but I'm just going to get to the most obvious problem, especially using that example of murder. Yeah, we tend to agree that murder is wrong, but that's because murder, the word murder, does not just mean killing another human. It means the killing of another human when it is morally wrong to do so. So saying murder is wrong is like saying killing another human when it's wrong to do so is wrong. Even though we can almost all agree that murder itself is wrong, we don't necessarily agree on what constitutes murder. For instance, killing in war, killing in self-defense, the death penalty. Are those things murder? We can definitely agree that they are the killing of a person or the killing of people. But that in itself doesn't constitute murder. It has to be morally objectionable. It has to be disallowed killing of another person in order to be murder. But anyway, back to my original point. In thinking about the subjective nature of morality, I have been thinking about that as I have been watching the first, I believe, 3 seasons of The Walking Dead. Looking forward to the most recent season coming out. Again, please don't tell me anything about it. It's been hard to avoid that information. But watching the character development of the protagonists, the group of protagonists in this series. And by the way, if you haven't watched it, it's actually not so much zombie fiction as it is survival fiction with zombies. I'm a fan of zombie fiction. I'm also a fan of survival fiction. And it's more survival fiction with zombies. And it's character driven. It's really good. I recommend it. But watching how the morality of the people on the show, it changes from being what you could call first world morality, Western morality, feeling the need to debate things like, is execution of a criminal murder? Is execution of a criminal without trial murder. To what you could call survival morality, in which if you ask too many questions like that, if you analyze too many things, some things you just have to do. In the first world here, in a developed nation, in a Western nation, we can debate whether it's morally acceptable to eat animals. Survival morality does not allow for that. If your life depends on eating an animal, and you are a vegan, you will either die, or you'll get over it, and you'll eat the animal. But it's interesting to see, and in some cases it's almost painful to watch, and I won't get into specifics in case someone is watching this video who hasn't seen the show and might be interested in seeing it. It's hard to watch sometimes, and to realize that the wrong decisions, the seemingly immoral decisions that the characters are facing. On the one hand, you recognize what's comfortable for you from a moral standpoint. And then on the other hand, you recognize what's necessary from a practical standpoint. And those things conflict. It's interesting. It's enlightening to look at it that way. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you have not watched The Walking Dead, I suggest you do. If you have not watched it, thinking about the moral dilemmas the characters come into, and the ways in which you have to analyze morality differently from a first world standpoint and a third world standpoint, I would encourage you to do that. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and come back and watch other videos, and comment and share, and whatever else you would like to do. Thanks again.